Good morning, children. We are going to discuss about today maintenance maintenance of personal and public hygiene. Okay, what is the topic name is maintenance of personal and public hygiene. So what is the definition of hygiene? World Health Organization a given definition. What is that one? Conditions. Okay, conditions and practices. Conditions and practices, very important. Practices that help to maintain that help to maintain health and prevent the prevent the prevent the spread of diseases. Prevent the spread of diseases. Prevent the spread of diseases. So this is a definition. Conditions and practices that help to maintain health, prevent the spread of diseases. Personal hygiene. Very important. The word personal hygiene. Okay, refers to maintaining. What is the personal hygiene? Maintaining. Okay, maintaining one's body clean. Maintaining one's body clean by bathing, washing hands. Okay, children. Trimming fingernails. Trimming fingernails. Trimming fingernails. Okay, children. Trimming fingernails. Wearing clean clothes. And also these all are very important. Next, what you called bathrooms, toilets should have to be very clean and pathogen free. Clean and pathogen free bathrooms and what you called house surfaces, external surfaces. So mainly there will be the spreading of their, suppose typhoid and amoeboid. Okay, amoebiasis. This point you should have to remember. Amoebiasis, typhoid, amoebiasis, ascariasis. Okay, children, these all are transmitted through which one? Contaminated food and water. So vaccines, what I saying here? Advancement in science and technology. Invented what? Vaccines. Okay, vaccines completely help to eradicate. What kind of diseases? Eradicate smallpox, number one, and what you called polio, diphtheria, pneumonia. Okay, children, diphtheria and pneumonia and tetanus. These all are eradicated by the help of what we called vaccines, and also awareness, for creating awareness among the people, awareness among the people. That one we are going to discuss. We discussed that. Because of that awareness, this all diseases eliminated. Now, today we are discussing about basic concepts of immunology. Basic concepts of what we called immunology. Basic concepts of immunology we are discussing. Number one, what are the basic concepts of immunology? Immunology is the study of immune system. Immunology is the study of immune, what do you call immune system. Immunology is the study of immune system. Okay, now it protects us, from infective agents, this is the point. Okay children, now there is a different mechanisms are there in our body. So the table we are going to discuss now. Observe very carefully types of innate immunity and mechanism. So first, immunity is like this. Okay, immunity. So this immunity is divided into two types, right? Innate immunity, okay, innate immunity and adaptive immunity. Adaptive immunity. What is innate immunity? Innate immunity, this adaptive immunity will define natural, okay, natural and artificial. Natural and artificial is there. Natural divided into two types. What are those? Active and passive. Active and passive. Active by the infection it will become. Passive means by the maternal, means from mother it will become. So artificial also divide into active. Okay, this active by immunization. Okay, immunization, very important. And passive by, you know very well, antibodies. Okay children, observe very carefully. Maintenance of personal and public hygienic. When you maintain your personal hygienic conditions, then you can avoid from the diseases, you can protect yourself from the diseases. So what is hygienic? What is personal hygiene? What is hygiene? Hygiene means what? Hygiene means, observe very carefully, World Health Organization given the definition of hygiene refer like this: conditions and practices that help to maintain health and prevents the spread of disease is called hygiene. Prevents the spread of disease called hygiene according to World Health Organization. What is meaning of personal hygiene? Maintaining one's body clean by bathing, washing hands, trimming fingernails. These all you know very well. Wearing clean clothes. These all are related to the personal hygiene. And clean and pathogen-free toilets and washrooms. These all you should have to. While coming out from washroom, washing hands. These all are comes under personal hygiene and good habits. So there are different types of what you call diseases are there. If unhygienic conditions are there, this disease will be spread. What kind of diseases? Typhoid, amoebiasis, ascariasis. Through contaminated food and water, this typhoid, amoebiasis, ascariasis will come. So very dangerous, very dangerous when the unhygienic conditions are there. But you know, one wonder is there in our science and technology. Advancement in the science and technology, we have some vaccines. The scientists invented the vaccines to help to eradicate what kind of problems? Smallpox, polio, diphtheria, pneumonia, tetanus like diseases we are eradicated by the help of advancement in science and technology. And also, not only vaccines, the public government created awareness among the people about these diseases. That's why we eliminated or eradicated these diseases. Next concept is, new concept is basic concept of immunology. What is the immunology? Immunology is the study of immune system. It protects from infective agents our body. Immunity is divided into how many types? Innate immunity, adaptive immunity. Adaptive means acquired from others. Adaptive immunity is divided into natural and artificial. Natural and artificial. Natural active and passive. Natural active infection, passive maternal. From mother we will get infection. Artificial active and passive immunization, and from antibodies we will get, that is called adaptive immunity. Okay children, so like that types of immunities are there. Today we are going to types of natural immunity, that one we will be discuss. Okay, what are the types of natural immunity we are going to discuss. Okay children, observe very carefully what are the types of natural immunities we are going to discuss. Come on, you see. Innate immunity, innate immunity, innate immunity types, innate immunity types and mechanisms. Types and mechanisms. These are important. Types and mechanisms. Now, type of innate immunity. Type of innate immunity. Type of innate immunity. So one column. Then another column, mechanism. What is called mechanism? We are going to discuss. What is innate immunity? Innate immunity means naturally we will get from, okay, from our parents. Okay, so now see, naturally in our body what is there, that immunity we are discussing. Anatomical barriers, anatomical barriers, anatomical barriers we are discussing. First one. Number one, what is called skin. Skin prevents the entry of microbes. Prevents the entry of microbes. Prevents the entry of microbes. This point you should have to remember. It's acidic environment, pH 3 to 5. Okay, 3 to 5. So what is called retards the what is called growth of microbes. Growth of microbes. Growth of microbes. The second one, mucous membrane. What is the second one? Mucous membrane. Mucous membrane also very important. Here what it will do? Mucous membrane traps the foreign microorganisms and traps the foreign, what is called, foreign microorganisms and complete with microbes and competes with what is called, competes with microbes for attachment. Microbes for attachment. Okay children, this is important. Next we are going to discuss another important physiological barriers. What is called physiological barriers. This one also important. Okay children, now physiological barriers, what? Number one, temperature. Temperature means inhibits the growth of the pathogen. So this also important. Next one, fever also very important. Fever also good for us to inhibit the pathogens. Next, low pH. Low pH What low pH? Acidity of HCl kills, what do you call, germs, kills in the ingested microbes. Ingested microbes. Ingested microbes. Okay, children. Next one, chemical. What do you call? Chemical mediators. Chemical mediators. Also very important to control that. What are the chemical mediators? Lysozyme. Okay, children. Lysozyme. Okay, this is a very important. Interferons. Okay, interferons. Okay, children. And complementary proteins. Complementary substances. Complementary substances are very important. Next one, phagocytic barriers. What is the next one? Phagocytic barriers. Phagocytic barriers. This also very important. Phagocytic barriers means, you know very well, monocytes, okay, neutrophils, okay. Next one, phagocytes, phagocytose, and so these all are very important. Next, inflammatory barriers. What is called? Inflammatory barriers. Inflammatory barriers. So these all are very important. Inflammatory barriers. Number one, serotonin, histamine, and prostaglandins. Serotonin, histamine, and prostaglandins. So these all are your hello. Innate immunity types and mechanisms we are discussing. The types of innate immunity, mainly anatomical barriers are there. The skin, first one is anatomical barrier. So skin prevents the entry of microbes. You know very well, that's why it is a anatomical barrier. And the skin pH, you know, liquids are there, salt is there or not, sweat. So pH is 3 to 5, that retards the growth of microbes. So first type of innate immunity anatomical barrier is skin, is prevents the entry of microbes. That's and the pH of the sweat retards the growth of microbes. So generally it's a non-specific immunity. Innate immunity is non-specific immunity. It controls the what you called entry of microbes. That's why skin acts as the anatomical barrier in the innate immunity. Next, mucous membrane. Mucous membrane entraps the foreign microorganisms and competes with the microbes for attachment. Entraps the foreign microorganisms. Which one? Mucous membrane traps the foreign microorganisms and compete with the microbes for attachment. So microbes cannot attach because of the mucous membrane. So that's why mucous membrane trapping the microbes and compete for attachment. No, that's why mucous membrane is also comes under which one? Types of innate immunity. Next, physiological barriers. What is physiological barriers? Number one, temperature. Temperature is the physiological barrier. What is the importance of the temperature here? The temperature inhibits the growth of pathogens. You know, fever also good for us. Sometimes, occasionally fever is good. Why? Because in the high temperature, growth of pathogens will not happen because temperature inhibits the growth of pathogens. And low pH, you know, HCl low pH, you know very well, 1.5 to 2, that HCl kills the ingested microbes. Okay, suppose any microbe we ingested, that HCl kills. So HCl is a low pH, means high, what you call 1.5 or 1.5 to 2. Low pH means high acidic conditions kills the ingested microbes. So HCl is a low pH. Next, chemical mediators. What are the chemical mediators? Lysosome kills the bacteria by attaching cell walls. Interferons also kills the viruses Lysozyme what? Bacteria. They kills the bacteria. Okay, lysointerferons kills the virus. The complementary substances also kills the microbe organisms, microbes or pathogens. They will kills. Okay, kills the bacteria, kills the microbes. This complementary protein. That's why these all are called chemical mediators. What is the lysosome? Lysosome kills the bacteria. Interferon kills the virus. Complementary substances kills the microbes. So that's why these all are chemical mediators. Next, phagocytic barriers. Phagocytic means cell eating or cell engulfing. So phagocytic barriers what? Monocytes, neutrophils and phagocytos. What they will do? They kills or engulfs the pathogens. So that's why they are also part of innate immunity, physical or phagocytic barriers. Next, inflammatory barriers. Inflammation they will create. Inflammation by serotonin, histamine and prostaglandins. They creates the inflammation in the sense that is good for us to detect the disease and to take the medicines, and this also kills the pathogens. So inflammatory barriers also comes under which one? The innate immunity. Okay children, one more time I am telling to you, innate immunity means non-specific immunity. It's not a particular microbe, it will be controls all organism, micro pathogens. That's why it is called non-specific. By birth or in our body, this immune system will be developed without any foreign support. That's why it is called innate immunity. Type of innate immunity, mainly 4 barriers. What are those? Anatomical barriers, physiological barriers, phagocytic barriers and inflammatory barriers. Anatomical barriers, skin and mucous membrane. The skin, okay, skin prevents the entry of microbes. The pH, in the low pH, HCl, sweat retards the growth of microbes. That's why skin under comes to innate immunity, physiological barrier. Prevents the entry of microbes, means microbes cannot enter. Mucous membrane entraps the foreign microorganisms and compete. Compete means which will not allow the bind of that microbe for attachment. That's why skin and mucous membrane are anatomical barriers. Physiological barriers, temperature inhibits the growth of pathogens. You know very well, in high temperature, the microbes growth will not take place. That's why temperature inhibits the growth of pathogens. Low pH, HCl kills the ingested microbes. Means HCl pH is, HCl where? In our stomach. 1.35 to 2. The low pH conditions kills the ingested microbes. Chemical mediators, lysozyme, interferons, complementary substances. Lysozyme, in our tears, in our saliva, lysozyme is present. Lysozyme kills the bacteria. Interferons also there, they will secrete by our immune cells. These are helpful to kill the viruses, and complementary substances in our immune cells and helpful to kill the microbes. That's why they will be called chemical mediators. Phagocytic barriers. Phagocytosis means cell eating. So phagocytosis process done by which one? Monocytes, neutrophils, phagocytose. This all kills the which one? The germs. That's why phagocytic barriers. So monocytes, neutrophils and phagocytose. Inflammatory barriers means, when the inflammation is there, swelling, redness, rashes because of serotonin, histamine and prostaglandins. This traps the microbes, and also because of this we will identify the disease and we will take the medicine that to control the problem. So these are also helpful for the controlling of the infection. Like this, there are anatomical barriers, physiological barriers, chemical phagocytic barriers and inflammatory barriers are there. Tomorrow, next class, we will discuss some more points about the immunity very effectively. Okay children, very depthly. Thank you very much children.